This video is for my cousin Josh, and if you're not cousin Josh, you can keep scrolling. Joshua Lee, you told your mother to put these DVDs on the street. Are you? Do you see the? First of all, no. Hold on. I went to New York this weekend. I left all of my clothes that I brought in this suitcase in my mother's house because you told your mother to put these DVDs on the street, and she told me to come and go shopping. Let's see what we got. The only thing I brought back was a pair of jeans in my damn Coach bag. Look at this. Look at this treasure trove. First of all, Fight of Temptations, all right? Dogma. Mean Girls. Joshua. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about the massive DVD haul that we can get into. I have been making my way downtown, walking fast, to cancel all of my streaming services and to rebuild my DVD collection and my hard copy media collection from scratch because one, these streaming companies done got out of pocket, okay? I'm not paying for a movie that's 25 years old. I'm not renting it for 2 days or 48 hours, whatever. I miss the days when I could just pop a movie in and watch it a million times if I wanted to, with no ads or anything like that. And yeah, I'm just at the height of streaming. I was paying for Amazon Prime, Netflix, Hulu, Apple. Yeah, paying for too many things. And then the worst part about Disney Plus, the worst part about it is that the minute that they decide they don't want to stream anything anymore, that's it. You just lose it. You know, you just can't watch everything the way you used to. And the cost of, between the cost of my actual internet provider service and all of them streaming companies, streaming services put together, I might as well be paying for cable, and I'm not paying for cable. So I made my New Year's resolution this year to cancel all of my streaming services. If it's not on DVD, if it's not on Tubi, and if it's not on YouTube, I ain't watching it. Sorry. Have I been missing certain shows? Absolutely. But I'm going to stick to my guns because hard copy media is king. So I want to get into this. This is a massive haul. The video that I put in the top of this, the clip that I put at the top of this video was a little short TikTok that I did addressing my cousin Josh. Hi, Josh. And his mom, my Aunt Holly, had came by my mom's house a couple weeks ago, and I told her, oh, I bought some DVDs off eBay, and she was like, girl, why? I was like, because I'm rebuilding my DVD collection. She was like, no, come to the house and take what you want. And growing up as a teenager, I used to love going to my aunt's house, and me, Josh, my aunt, my other cousin Sal, we used to have like these massive movie marathons. Like we would get snacks, we would just sit up and I could spend the whole weekend over there with them, just watching movies back to back to back to back. So it brought up a lot of fun memories, and she was like, listen, I spent good money on these DVDs. I'm not putting them on the street, so you might as well just come take what you want. And I did not take everything. Like I literally left, there's plenty left, and she's just like, come. So I dumped out my suitcase. I was visiting my mom in New York. I literally dumped all the clothes out of my suitcase and carried as much as I could carry. I think I even pulled a little something out of my shoulder. It was a whole thing. But I want to get into this DVD haul. This is not in any particular order. I just want to preface it with the bulk of the DVDs that we're gonna go through. I got from Aunt Holly's collection, right? But I did order some stuff off eBay beforehand, and I did get a couple of things from my local thrift store. So I'll let you guys know what was from the thrift store and what was from eBay. But for the most part, this DVD haul is going to be from my aunt's collection. And thank you so much, Auntie. I will cherish them, and they will have a home with me. I will watch these movies forever and a day. Okay, let's get into it. I'm gonna start from the back because I don't even count them. I don't even know how many I have, to be fair. So let's start with some classics. Mean Girls, okay? I'm not gonna do this for everyone, but there's gonna be some that I have to say something about. Mean Girls, okay, there was a time when me and a homegirl, shout out to Christina Martin, my boo. We used to watch this movie religiously. We had like 3 movies in rotation. It was Mean Girls, You Got Served, and Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. So this movie brings back so many memories. Like we literally ran this movie into the ground. This is a classic freaking movie. Mean Girls, okay? Chicago. Now these this next set of movies I got, this is from the thrift store. So, The Truth About Cats and Dogs, My Best Friend's Wedding, Step Up. I'm showing my age with these movies. Madagascar. I love this movie. I love this movie so bad. I love this movie down. It is such a cute movie. I love this movie. Superman, the animated series. Listen, all the WB kids out there, listen, if you grew up without cable, leave a comment, because there's certain things that we watched. Because I had a period of my life when I did have cable, when we lived in Queens with my godmother, and I had Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, but I was really more of a Nickelodeon girl than Disney Channel. And then when we moved back to Brooklyn and lived with my grandmother didn't have cable. So everything, if you're from New York, you know, the only channels that you had if you didn't have cable was channels 2, 4, 5, 11, 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13. Those are the only channels. And then maybe TV 55, if you're really, really old school, you remember TV 55. And then if you're Puerto Rican or if you're Spanish, channel 41, Univision. That's it. That's all we had. So channel 11, CW. Before it was CW, it was WB. This used to be on WB. I used to love this series. I love the animation style of this series. I love this and the Batman animated series. It was Batman, Superman would come on first, and then Batman would come on. You already know. Okay, what else? What else we got here? Cat Williams, The Pimp Chronicles 1. Memoirs of a Geisha, another classic movie. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Now, what I will say about this is the WB did issue a statement recently saying that if you have some old DVDs, they might not work. And this one did not work. I tried to watch it the other day, it did not work. But they said that if it's still in print, like if they're still making this DVD, I can send this in and they'll send me a copy that actually works. So I'm gonna, put this on the side. Hopefully I can get an actual copy of The Prisoner of Azkaban, because like I said, I'm not paying for Disney Plus. Because that's why Harry Potter is one of the main reasons. Harry Potter and Marvel was one of the main reasons why I was still paying for Disney Plus, because I love Marvel movies and I love Harry Potter, but I'm not paying for it. So I'm gonna see if WB is gonna keep honor their promise and send me a new copy of this. All right, Little Miss Sunshine, another classic movie. Here we go with the black classics. Meteor Man, baby, Meteor Man. The Golden Lords. I remember seeing this in the movie theater, Kings Plaza movie theater. I remember going with my mom and my aunts to see this in the movies, and I don't know, like, I just love this movie. Like, Robert Townsend is a national treasure. We need to protect him at all costs. God bless this man's life. He has done some incredible things for black media. Meteor Man, one of my favorites. What else we got here? Pulp Fiction, another classic. But I love the fact that Auntie has the original artwork in the boxes. Look at this. Okay, what else we got here? Van Helsing. Okay. Chronicles of Narnia. This movie traumatized me a little bit. Tilda Swinton, she's a menace, but this movie traumatized me a little bit, Jennifer Lopez, Monster-in-Law. Now, I got this from my local thrift store. This is one of the thrift store finds that I got. All right, what else we got? Now, listen. This is one of those movies I couldn't leave it. I had to get it, right? I had to bring back Fighting Temptations. We all know. Listen, I love Beyonce down. She's not an actress. It's okay. It's okay. I respect her attempts at acting, and this is one of these movies where I'm like, I'm sorry, like it's worth a watch. It's worth a rewatch. Fighting Temptations. She sang the hell out of Fighting Temptations. Okay, sang the hell out of it. Not the greatest actress. I don't need her to be. That's fine. I love me some Beyonce. Giselle Knowles. She's fantastic. I love this movie. Again, Channel 11 classics, right? Channel 11 afternoon movies. Trading Places. How many of y'all from New York have seen Trading Places a million times? We done seen this movie a million times. Woobly, 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 yeah. Like, you done seen this movie a million times. It don't get old. Again, we talking about icons. Dan Aykroyd, icon, okay? Icon. Eddie Murphy, nobody's touching Eddie Murphy in the 80s, okay? He was really in his prime. You talk about somebody in a prime. Trading Places. Office Space, baby. If you ever had the displeasure of working in the office and being traumatized, that is triggering. That's a classic movie. Classic movie. Here's another one. Team America. Now they couldn't make this movie today. They would get canceled. Matt and Trey, y'all are unhinged, okay? But this movie, pure foolishness. Love this movie. Eddie Murphy, Dysfunctional Family. This is one of the best, I think this is one of the, I love stand-up comedy. Like, I love stand-up comedy, but I think this is one of the most well-made stand-up comedy movies. Like, the production of it. Him showing, the interviews with his family, and then the stories with his family. This whole production, hilarious. If you've never seen Dysfunctional Family, trust me, it's a good one. It's a good watch if you love black stand-up. What else we got here? Pirates of the Caribbean. Again, another Disney classic that I truly love. This, I think that Curse of the Black Pearl, is this the one? I think this is the one with, there's one in particular that I love that has Tia Dalma. I don't know if this is the one that has Tia Dalma in it, but Naomi Harris as Tia Dalma. Iconic black spiritual witch character. Iconic. Holes. I read the book. Now, something about this author that wrote this book, that wrote Holes, I don't know what Louis Sacco was going through. I don't know what that man was going through. I don't know what Louis Sacco was going through. But if you ever read any of his stuff now as an adult, you realize this man has some childhood trauma that he needs to address. This was a horror movie, okay? As a book, it was horrifying because it's like, why y'all got these kids in jail? They sent these kids to a state camp. And if you ever read any of Louis Sacco's other books, I personally used to love Sideways Stories from Wayside School. Again, traumatizing. Like, again, as a kid, it was trippy. It was a little surreal. As an adult, I'm like, what was this man going through? Because what is this book? Holes was another one of them books. I was like, this is a bit much. Like, but I love this movie. Love this movie. Another movie that I love, School of Rock and 8 Mile. The white musical movies, right? I feel like 8 Mile is so bad that it's good. And School of Rock is just fantastic. Like, there's a reason why they made a Broadway musical based off of this movie, because it's so good. Jack Black is such a fool. Jack Black is going to carry on every fucking time. He is going to act a nonsensical ass fool. And I love it. You gotta love this movie. I love it. And I love, like, a young Miranda Cosgrove being, like, such a little... she was so adorable in this movie. Like, this was a good movie. And 8 Mile... to me, I feel like the best part of the movie is the last battle scene. Like, that's like the best part of this movie. And rest in peace, Brittany Murphy, because rest in peace, Brittany Murphy. What else we got here? The Incredibles, another good classic. Enter the Dragon. Now, this, honestly, this used to be me and my Nana's one of our favorite movies to sit and watch on a Saturday afternoon. My grandmother would have her little cucumber and vanilla and vinegar salad with her little tea. We would have a little Rezinger tea. We would sit up and watch. She loved her some Bruce Lee, and this was a good movie. Like, this is such a... Bruce Lee was so fine, y'all. Oh, Lord. Great movie. Classic movie. Another Saturday afternoon classic, Ricochet with Denzel. Young Denzel. Fabulous movie. Now here we go into something traumatizing. Y'all remember this? 13, Rachel Evanwood. This movie is scared straight for girls. This movie is scared straight for girls, yo. I watched this movie and I said, damn, I am not wilding at all, actually. I think I watched this when I was like 15 or 16. I was like, I'm not doing nothing like this, actually. But I did have my tongue pierced, so that was the only part of the movie where I was like, I did. And it's funny enough, when I got my tongue pierced in 10th grade, and I went to the village with my best friend at the time, and I hid out at my Aunt Holly's house for the weekend. I got my tongue pierced on a Friday, and I went and hid out at my aunt's house and had soup and ibuprofen and slept it off, and then snuck back home on Sunday night. And my mother didn't even know that I had my tongue pierced for like 2 weeks. Like, that was like the most scandalous thing that that's honestly the most scandalous thing I ever did as a teenager, getting my tongue pierced in 10th grade. What else we got? Rent. Okay, we getting into the musicals. Love Rent. Dreamgirls. Now we talking about Beyonce again, but Dreamgirls is a good movie. Like, we are dream girls. Oh, we'll make you happy. yeah. And then again, Eddie Murphy cutting up in this movie, Jamie Foxx cutting up in this movie, Jennifer Hudson singing her ass off, Anika Noni Rose serving perfect face in this movie. It's a great movie, great movie. I loved the original Dreamgirls with like Loretta Devine and Sheryl Lee Ralph. But I really think this was such a good remake. They really did a good job on this. Star Trek. Now, I love this because me and mommy went to go see this in the movie theater, and my mother's a Trekkie. My grandmother's a Trekkie. Like, I'm a third generation Trekkie. We love Star Trek. And, you know, some families like Star Wars, but my family likes Star Trek. So we are a Trekkie family. We went to go see Star Trek in the movies. And I remember watching the movie, and my mother was like, she was giving all of the little lore and the little background. And there was one part where they went on a mission. My mother was like, look, that person on the end, in the red, they not making it back. I'm like, how do you know that? And lo and behold, they ain't make it back. She was like, there's just certain tropes that they kept from the television show, the original. Like my mother was watching Star Trek, the original Star Trek. Okay, it came out in the 70s. That was produced by who produced that? Was that Desi Lou Productions? Yeah, it was Lucy and Ricky Ricardo that produced the original Star Trek. For anybody who didn't know that, little fun fact. Yes, Star Trek, great movie. Bruce Almighty. Again, Jim Carrey could go no. We could do no wrong with Jim Carrey. Why do I got 2 copies of Office Space? How did this happen? I got 2 copies of Office Space. I don't know. Maybe I might do a giveaway. Somebody want a copy of Office Space, I can give one away. I'm gonna give you this one because I like this box better. Sorry. Blow. Again, traumatizing ass movies. I don't know what it was about the 2000s, the late 90s, 2000s that had us like terrified of going abroad, of drugs, all of that stuff. Like that war on drugs was real. They was pushing it. Crazy. This movie is nuts. All right, what else we got here? Sin City. Again, we're talking about special DVDs with the book. My guy, with the action. This one comes with the book. This one comes with a graphic novel. My cousin told my aunt to put this on the street. Hundreds of dollars worth of. Please, my aunt lost. She said, "Girl, no, come take it." So, Sin City, extended cut, recut, everything with the graphic novel. Superman the movie, another Saturday afternoon classic, another Channel 11 classic. I feel like the only other movie that they showed more than Superman was probably Raiders of the Lost Ark. Probably, they might be neck and neck. Benjamin Button, my father's favorite. He loved to call himself Benjamin Button. Great movie. Dodgeball. This, okay, in addition to Mean Girls, You Got Served, and Harold and Kumar, Dodgeball was another movie that me and Christina used to binge a lot. A lot. Bad Boys. Gremlins, another Saturday afternoon classic on the WB. Dogma. I just rewatched this. I was dying. I was like, yo, this movie is so funny. This is such a good movie. Okay. Kill Bill Volume 2. I think I got Volume 1 in here. I gotta have Volume 1 in here because, yep. Why wouldn't I have Volume 1? I like Tarantino's work. He is a little annoying, but I like his work. Jumanji. Oh my God, Robin Williams. I need to get Hook. That's another Robin Williams one I gotta get. But Jumanji, original Jumanji, listen, all of the remakes and all that, y'all got it. I'm cool on that. Ain't no Jumanji like the original Jumanji. And ain't no Jumanji like the book. If you know, you know. Us 90s and 80s babies know. The book Jumanji, that's why we were so happy when this movie came out. Because we grew up reading the book. Jumanji and Zathura, those 2 books, I love those 2 movies. I gotta get Zathura. I don't think about it. Mulan. All right, Disney was in their bag when they made Mulan. Like, I love one of my favorite scenes of Mulan is when she goes to the ancestors and they all arguing with each other. Like, listen, she gets that from your side of the family. Like, I just thought it was such a nice representation that, you know, I think this is one of them that Disney definitely did right. I love this movie. And I love that, like, it's not necessarily a love story at all. Like, it's literally like a girl's trying to fight for her family, you know, like, very feminist icon, Mulan, okay? Queen of the Damned. Now we getting into the weirdo stuff. And Dracula. We want to talk about vampire movies. This Dracula scared the ever-loving Jesus out of me when I was a kid. Like, I had no business watching this. Like, this is one of those movies when my mom and my godmother started watching it, like, on HBO, and then, like, it got too real, and they were like, you gotta go in your bed. Like, it's time for bed. Because I was, like, terrified. This movie terrified me so bad. Oh my gosh. And this was, I think this is one of the last things that Aaliyah was in before she passed. And she really, this and Romeo Must Die, man, we miss you, Aaliyah. We really do. What else we got? Jet Li, The Hero. Again, you know I love me a good action flick, all right? Love me a good action flick. This was great. Again, we're talking about somebody who had a good run. Romeo Must Die, The Hero, all right? Now, The Matrix. I got the whole Matrix. I got the whole Matrix situation in here. Where is the other one? Here we go. The Matrix, Matrix Reloaded, and Matrix Revolutions. I seen The Matrix in the movie theater when it first came out. I went with my stepmother, and she annoyed the shit out of me for that whole movie because she was asking questions. Though she was so confused. She didn't know what was going on. Granted, we never seen nothing like it before. Like, I was in 8th grade. We went, I don't know, for whatever reason, we was like, let's go to the movies. I don't even remember seeing any promo about this movie. I don't remember anything about, like, before I saw this movie. But I was obsessed with The Matrix after it came out. Like, obsessed. And the Animatrix, if I could find that on DVD, if anybody remembers that, the Animatrix, it was like the little anthology series of just like animations that was inspired by the Matrix. The Matrix was a game changer. I feel like it also defined like the late 90s, like the whole aesthetic of like black leather and things being like very techie. Like you had like TLC No Scrubs, you had Missy Elliott, All of My Grill, you had Total, like in all black leather. Like this was a cultural shift. The Matrix was definitely a cultural shift. Anchorman, because Will Ferrell ain't got no good sense. Casino Royale, because I do love Daniel Craig's James Bond. Like his James Bond is one of the top. Like him and Pierce Brosnan, I really feel like they really did. You know, outside of Sean Connery, I feel like they really held up James Bond. You know. Let's see. Speaking of Pierce Brosnan, 007 Die Another Day. Again, I love James Bond. Shout out to Ian Fleming. Ultraviolet. Transformers. Again, like these boxes, like I just love, like it's got like the embossing, all of that stuff on it. Again, these will also, listen, Michael Bay is it's big, explosive, bright. It's kind of dark movies, but you know, if you grew up watching Transformers cartoons, the Transformers movies were really pivotal when they first came out. American History X. This needs to be required watching right now. I feel like this movie is very pivotal. Not pivotal. What's the word I'm looking for? Very timely right now. This is a movie. It's hard to watch, okay? It's hard to watch, especially them opening scenes. It's hard to watch. But I think a lot of people could benefit from watching this movie and unlearning bigotry and racism and biases and all of that stuff and understanding how white supremacy don't love nobody. And it's not good for us to be upholding these white supremacist, bigoted ideals if we want to move and have progress in the world. Hoodwinked. Another movie that's so bad is good. I don't know what the animation style was about in this movie. It was so bad, but I just thought this movie was so fucking funny. Like, this movie is hilarious. Like, I used to be like randomly just coming out of like having fits of laughter about this movie. Like, I don't know why it was so funny. Like, to me, it's like on par with Shrek for like the adult humor. Like, it was so ridiculously out of pocket, and I don't think people really appreciated it. Because the animation was so bad, like I guess people couldn't get past that, but it was so freaking hilarious. This movie is mad funny. Transformers, another Transformers. The Running Man, again, another Channel 11 classic. They played this movie into the ground. And you know what, quiet as it's kept, I love me some Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, I'm a huge Arnold Schwarzenegger fan because he was just like, he was that dude for like decades, right? Like there's nobody that had an action hero run the way Arnold Schwarzenegger had it. Like, this man didn't even speak no good English, and we did not care. Like, he would be in a movie, like the movie theater would be packed. Like, and The Running Man. Now, funny enough, The Running Man is based off a book by Stephen King under his pen name Richard Bachman, right? The Running Man. Y'all need to read the book, The Running Man. The movie is not the same as the book. The movie is its own thing. The book, The Running Man, read The Running Man and then think about all the stuff that's going on right now with how we perceive media and like who controls the media, who controls the masses. Like that book. Wait. These are some other ones I got. Little Miss Sunshine. I love this book. I love this movie. This movie is like, I love the granddaughter and the grandfather's relationship. Like, I just thought it was such a cute movie. This movie was really good. This is one of them good dry humor movies. How High, another classic movie. I feel like I saw this in the movie theater. I might have seen this in the movie theater. But yeah, like we don't have the buddy comedies like that anymore. Like this was very different. Like it was a big deal. You had two like big stars, Method Man and Redman. They got everybody to come together in this movie and act a fool. Like it was so good. How High, like again, some stuff now in hindsight is like, okay, some of the jokes didn't age well, but it's like it's definitely a product of the time. This was a good movie. Children of Men. I love dystopian science fiction. This movie scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna hold you. Scared the shit out of me. And then there's one, but like for the cinematography, this movie is fire because there's one scene. I think it's a scene. If you've never seen the movie, I'm sorry, I'm gonna spoil it. The movie's old as hell, so don't be mad at me. But there's a scene where she just had the baby and she's walking through this like apartment complex and everybody's fighting and when they hit a baby, you know, everybody stops. Like the world stops for a second and everything just gets quiet. And they did that in one track. Like this was just like a one track shot of like following her, walking down the steps, going through the thing. And it's just like cinematically is really beautiful. And I just really love this movie. It's a great movie. Again, when we talking about movies that come from books that's fire, read The Spook That Sat by the Door and then watch this movie. Watch this movie. And it's so funny because when I first watched this movie, I realized there's a quote from a Dead Prez. They use a quote from this movie in a Dead Prez album. And I'm trying to think, I don't remember what song. I think it was the Let's Get Free album. But it's a quote from one of the characters, which funny enough is like the lightest, whitest character. He's like the most pro-black. He was like, I was born black, I live black, and I'm gonna die probably because I'm black. Cause some cracker that knows I'm black better than you, nigga, is probably gonna put a gun in the back of my head. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is a good movie. Watch this movie. If you really want to be on your revolutionary tip, this is a good movie. I really love this movie. Another good movie, Bamboozle. Again, hilarious as hell. I rewatched it the other day and I was like, damn, I forgot how funny this movie was. This movie is mad funny. This movie's mad funny, actually. This movie's mad funny. And again, if you think about it in context of like what's happening now and like stereotypes and like who gets to be black and what types of blackness gets to be shown and all of this stuff, very timely. School Days, another movie that's never gonna age, is never gonna go out of style. Especially considering, you know, a recent situation that just happened in the news with a Divine Nine organization where a young man was murdered, essentially, being hazed. This movie, again, really talks about a lot of the things that we got to unpack. Colorism. We still have arguments about colorism, and people want to act like it don't exist and all this shit, but Spike Lee, as problematic as he can be, he did his big one with School Days. Okay, what else we got here? We got The Bourne Identity. Again, like I said, I don't know what we was going through in the early 2000s. Everything was like spies and drugs and espionage and all of this stuff. Love The Bourne Identity. The Kings of Comedy. The original Kings of Comedy. Hilarious. Other movies that I truly, truly love. The Devil's Advocate. I could watch this movie forever and a fucking day. I could watch this movie every day. Actually. Every day. Every day. Because every time I rewatch it, it's some new shit that I find. And if you want me to do like breakdowns of like rewatching old movies and giving like reviews of old movies, let me know, because I'm more than willing to do that. Because I talked my mother's ear off last week about this movie and she was like crocheting and ignoring me, and I was just like, and then another thing, and she's like, girl, I don't care. And I'm just like, whatever, I'm just gonna talk because I'm a yapper. That's what I do. Undercover Brother, again, fire movie. Fifth Element, I didn't even realize I had this in. I think I'm gonna watch this when I get off. This movie, this is one of those movies that I had on VHS that I rewatched so many times. And I rewatched Undercover Brother a couple weeks ago, and I was dying at how funny it is. Like I said, we really don't be having a whole lot of like slapstick comedies no more. Like our comedy movies is just like, where are they? Who's making them? Like, what happened? This movie, again, you got everybody come in this movie and act a fucking fool. You got everybody this is an all-star cast in this movie. Everybody was carrying on. The plot, everything was just so over the top and ridiculous, but like, funny ass movie. And The Fifth Element, like, I'm sorry, I'm just getting emotional. We're talking about my favorite Christmas movie, Last Holiday. I love this movie. This is like a perfect Christmas movie to me. I watch this movie every Christmas. This is right up there with It's a Wonderful Life for me. Like movies that I have to watch every year for Christmas. I have to watch this. I have to watch It's a Wonderful Life. I have to watch A Christmas Carol. Like just, I have to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Like I just have to. Have to. Now see, as I'm going through it, I'm realizing I got another copy of Mean Girls. Didn't I already go over Mean Girls? I know I did. So I'm gonna give this away. It's gonna be, I'm gonna, do a giveaway because I got some stuff in here that's duplicates that, yeah, we're gonna give them away. Why do I have 2 copies of this? I think I might have bought this, and then when I got to my aunt's house, yeah, I bought this. This is one of them I bought off eBay. I bought Mean Girls off eBay. So somebody gonna get a copy of Mean Girls. Classic movies that we never gonna stop watching. Talking about Robert Townsend, 5 Heartbeats. Every black child has seen this movie a million times, okay? We watched it as a family. We watched it by ourselves. We watched it as adults. I could quote this movie, okay? I could pinpoint all of the times that this movie terrified the shit out of me. Like when Big Red held Flash out that window, held him over the balcony. When I say my heart was in my butt, like I literally almost died the first time I seen that as a child. This movie is so good. And Diane Carroll, oh God. Like just again, star-studded cast, fabulous movie, lovely black movie. Robert Townsend, you are a national treasure in the gym. We love you, we love you, we love you. Other classic movies, Constantine. Again, movies that I could rewatch a million times. Movies that have scared the ever-loving Christ out of me, but I still watch them. Movies that, I'm not even Christian, okay? I am Christian. This movie is always gonna do it for me. Again, we're talking about Tilda Swinton acting up. Tilda Swinton as Gabriel. She's diabolical. She's great. Rachel Weisz. This movie is so good. This is like a 10 out of 10 movie for me. Like there's like nothing they could have did different with this movie except give me a part 2. That's all they could have did. I love the way they portrayed the demons and the way they portrayed the angels and like the spirits and all of that. Love this movie. Other classic black movies we got on the docket: The Wood, The Temptations, Drumline. I think Drumline is one of those movies that I bought. Remember what Columbia House used to give you like 10 movies for $1 some shit? Like I think this is one of the movies that I got. I got this. I got Finding Nemo. I got The Matrix. Like this, definitely love Drumline. Kingdom Come. I remember seeing this in a movie theater in Flatbush at the Kenwood. Remember the Kenwood movie theater on Church Avenue? It's now a Target, but it used to be a movie theater and they used to be shooting up the place. This is one of the last movies that I've seen in there. This movie was so ridiculous. Like this was oh gosh. Again, star-studded cast. Everybody was in this movie cutting up. Everybody was acting up. Everybody was acting a fool, and it was great. Love this movie. And finally, The Piece de Resistance. Okay, something that when I seen it, I almost threw my phone across the room. Season 1 of Chappelle's Show. I distinctly remember the first time that we seen this, the first time that we watched this, we binged this. Because again, a lot of us, we ain't grow up with cable. So I remember it was me and all of my cousins. It was me, Jason, Jeremy, Joshua. Solomon was too young. Solomon was down in the basement watching cartoons, whatever. Me, Jason, Jeremy, and Josh sat in Jason's room and in Jeremy's room, whoever's room, and we sat up and we watched Chappelle's Show for the first time together as cousins. And when I say there was tears, we was screaming with laughter. Chappelle's Show, season 1 and season 2, again, you never gonna get this again. This is like once in a lifetime. You're never gonna see this level of comedy on TV mainstream. Like this was like the pinnacle. Like to me, it's a little sad to see how Dave Chappelle has like turned into like a conservative, crotchety old man. It's kind of like, I guess, but it happens to the best of them. Like I feel like George Carlin is like the same way. Like rest in peace, George. But like started out like super slinky and full of life, and then like George Carlin's later years of comedy was just like so crotchety. He was just an old man ranting. And I feel like Dave Chappelle has reached his old man ranting stage of his comedy career, which is like, okay, but this is like peak Dave Chappelle. This Undercover Brother, Half Baked, like peak Dave Chappelle. And there you have it. That's my haul. That's what we got. I'm very excited. Like I said, I'm gonna do a giveaway. It's gonna be Office Space and Mean Girls. I'm giving away because I believe those are the two that I have duplicates of. And if I have any other duplicates, I'll put them. But yeah, if you want to enter the giveaway, leave a comment on this video. I'll put some instructions on the screen on what you should do, whatever like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to have my own little film festival up in here. I got me a popcorn maker and everything. Like, it's about to be a time will be had, you know. Like I said, I've been following a bunch of people on TikTok who are also rebuilding their DVD collections. It's very inspiring. It's a lot of fun. I seen a girl even taking it all the way back to CD. She bought herself a CD player. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I truly think that, especially now when we're in this administration that's trying to censor everything, and you know, we don't know what that's going to look like for our media. Like, we don't know if they're going to start just like removing movies that's they deem to be too radical or anything like that. The streaming companies being outrageous with the prices and the price hikes and all of this stuff. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with getting back to our roots. Like, what's wrong with watching DVDs? Like, I'm not taking all the way back to VHS, but if that's what you want to do, I support that too, you know? So one thing I think I'm debating with myself if I want to get a DVD tower, you know, the story thing. But for right now, I'm just going to just stack everything up in the corner, nice and neat, and call it a day. And I am very excited to acquire more DVDs and find more hidden gems and stuff. So let me know in the comments what's one of the, you know, movies that I've acquired that you are, you know, you forgot about or you used to really enjoy. What is some other ones you think I should get? Have you started rebuilding your DVD collection? Like, let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.